Still 3 to 5 more to come tonight in Chicago as we welcome you to football under the lights at snowy Soldier Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Washington football team and the Chicago Bears.
Harrison Butker set to kick off.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They go play action here on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Holloway. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 right at the 40. Huntley to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Now here's a throw that's complete. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, going to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
And one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed him to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. From the gun, it's Locke. Escaping the pressure right. And incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Throwing again. Locke. He's got his man on the crossing route. Yeah, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 33 yards that time.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Locke now on 1st down. Flush to his right. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
A quick throw outside by Locke. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Again, they'll throw with Locke. Eluding the pressure right. And that's incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again. Locke. He hits Baldwin right side. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Again, it's Locke. And, oh, it'll be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Off-play action. Huntley. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And Washington able to come up with a quick strike touchdown. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Now here's Baldwin. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Block. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 39 yards there, a big one.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
On first and 10, here's Locke. That'll be caught by Cup. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Cooper Kupp, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bears have cut it to within a score.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future as they start to peer toward the offseason. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Intercepted. The Bears take over first and 10 at the 45-yard line.
After the turnover, here's Locke. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Baldwin. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
A gain of 5 brings up second and 5 at the 40-yard line.
And he's going to be stopped close to the first down marker at Washington's 12-yard line. It's 32. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down from the 32 now. Here's first and 10. Shotgun snap to Locke. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
It's a gain of 9.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play,
The 23-yard
but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he will have the Bears first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Locke working out of the gun. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun. Locke. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Cooper Kupp, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Bears have taken the lead. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. The Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. From the gun, Huntley. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
On 3rd down, Huntley. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short.
A short gain that doesn't get him the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Washington going to send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return, and the Bears take over.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well. And he's been right.
56, Mike, 56.
Now on 2nd and 13. Locke escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, Trey Flowers picks it.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Off the play fake, Huntley. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 11. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
Trey Flowers.
Tackle coming from the safety, Trey Flowers.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down.
At the 35-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Locke. Throw left side, complete to Cup. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
61,
They run the counter. McDonald. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs?
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Throwing on first down is Locke. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Locke will try again on second down.
Open man is Kmet, the tight end.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out. That's going to set them back 5 yards. And a manageable 3rd down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start. From the gun, Locke. And that is incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and that'll make this a 7-point game. To chalk that down as an 8-play drive, capture the field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it no matter the sport, they say the great... And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23, and they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked off that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Takes over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
On second down, it's Holloway. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Off play action. Huntley. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 22. And he'll be marked down at the 2-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding what receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. So stuffed from the 2, now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Troy Apke. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tent.
That's your boy Old Mo. You said momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Flush to his right. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
That's good.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. It's caught on the left side by Baldwin. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. Looking to throw again on second down. Locke. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Locke to throw on 3rd and 1. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15. Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 19 yards there on the catch and run. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's...
And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Bears will add on to their lead.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
That'll be taken about a yard deep.
And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. So they get the 1-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He'll air this one out deep for Sims. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The lake effect snow set to continue for the second half of action as we are back underway. Now here's Baldwin. And able to get this out to the 25.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now, defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now, they're just cutting them to shreds.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
Tackle made right at
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Rolling to his right. Now he'll let it go deep, and this is taken in at the 5. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A big play there. His 25th touchdown. Tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Bears will extend their lead. Now, these have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good.
Bears 43, Washington 16. Harrison Butker set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
25-yard line.
They're set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working.
And it's third down.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for third down. Operating from the gun, Huntley looking middle, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11. On first and 10, Huntley. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards there, just like last play.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
2nd and 12. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Fletcher Cox able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle. And frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play action fake.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Huntley, and that's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? But everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 68 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. They'll try to run this one in. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's McDonald, and this time he is in.
Yes.
A great effort there with his 16th touchdown of the year. And this offense continues to pour it on. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Makes the score Bears 50, Washington 16. Harrison Butker.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, Huntley. Flushed out right. Now he'll pull it down. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
And the Washington 1st down.
Off the play fake, Huntley. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Back now at Soldier Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set
for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. And now here is another interception. Picked off right around the 43. 20. 10.
We got plenty of fight, baby.
And they will score a pick six for a Bears touchdown.
Harrison Butker on
Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick six makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what are you doing when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. Throwing after the interception. Huntley. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And I think the Bears have recovered. They have.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing is ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, it's locked. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. And this is going to be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And nothing there on the return. They've got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 29. And he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Bears use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Well, where our booth is here, we can see all of the writers to our left. And their post-game stories, Charles, they have been filed for some time because this game, boy, is it lopsided.
Yeah, we can see our guy Scoop. He's even got his fedora tipped over his face. I think he's taking a nap now. Nothing left to write for him, but how gratifying has it been for them to see what they've done in practice and carry it into a game and see the execution be so good. They've got to feel fantastic about what they've accomplished in this one.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we can. And now here is another interception. Picked off right around the 43. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
It's now 3rd down and 6.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, you've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
Oh, how about this on 1st and goal? And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Bears use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
The score, Bears 71. Washington.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get them about 5 yards.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. And this will be a pickup of 4 here, up to their own 20.
The wide receiver.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
4th down.
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what...
And it's a fake here on 4th and inches. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. He will push his way down to about the 14. Tackle made by Chase Young.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Lock. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And with a marker down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Off play action. Huntley. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 35. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
1-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points.